Hey everyone, hope you're having a great Sunday and Mother's Day. I'm doing a quick recording today rather than jumping on a call because I know everybody's busy with family. So today we are talking about how to add more protein into your diet. So here's how you can get 120 up to 150 grams of protein each day. So let's go through the strategies here so you can see exactly how we do this. So how much protein do you actually need? Well, it's going to be approximately 30% of your total calories is what you should be making up your overall calories with. So the remaining 70% of your calories should be from carbs and fats. So we're looking at about 40% from carbs and another 30% from fats. So this can vary based on the individual and their goals and how long they've been on a macronutrient diet for and how their body responds as well. So it can always be adjusted and tailored and changed, but as a basic kind of overview, base rule, and a getting started sort of plan, you want to aim for about 30% of your overall calories to be coming from protein. So this means if you're on a 1600 calorie day, as an example, and you're following this macronutrient split of 30% protein, 30% fat with 40% carbs, then here's what the breakdown would look like in terms of grams of macronutrients and calories. So for protein, you're looking at 120 grams a day of actual protein, and that equates to 480 calories. So when I say 128 grams of protein, I'm not talking about 128 grams of weight of the food, say like chicken, not 120 grams of chicken, 120 grams of protein, because that chicken has protein, it has fat, so it's a combination of things. So the actual grams of protein is 120. Same for carbs. We want 160 grams of carbohydrates, which is going to be 640 calories. And we want 53 grams of fat, which is going to be 480 calories. So that totals up to 1600 calories. So if you're on more than 1600 calories, then obviously those numbers based on the percentages would all increase. And if you're on less than 1600 calories, it would still follow the same percentages, but those grams would decrease because each gram has an equivalent to a calorie. So for example, with your protein, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. That's why 120 grams of protein is 480 calories. So if you times 120 grams of protein by 4, you'll get 480 calories. It's the same for for carbohydrates. So it's 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate. So 160 grams of carbs, times that by 4, you get 640 calories. With fat, it's a little different. Fat is higher in calories per gram. So for 1 gram of fat, you have 9 calories. So 53 times 9, 480 calories. That's why the grams of fat is a lot lower than the carbohydrates and the protein, because it's more than double the amount of calories for per gram. Okay, so this whole plan is based off a 1600 calorie example, but because we work off percentages, as long as you know what your calorie limit is for the day, then you can use these percentages and you can work out your exact grams and your exact calories. For most of you guys, I've already worked it out for you and I've already given you your numbers. So using the previous example of 1600 daily calories, we're aiming for 120 grams of protein, as I said. And then we divide that by 4 meals. So let's say we're going to have 4 meals in a day. So 120 grams by 4 meals, we're looking at 30 grams of protein per day. This is the easiest way to hit your protein goal, is to break your total protein grams by however many meals you're having and try and aim to have the same amount of protein per meal spread out over the entire day. So let's have a look at what this would look like. So the protein challenge often occurs when you're not getting any protein or enough protein in your first meal of the day. So it's very, very common that people will not get any protein in the morning. So for your first meal, what can you eat to get approximately 30 grams of protein? The answer, the easiest way to do this is to have a smoothie, either for breakfast or morning tea. So if you don't like to eat in the mornings, then a smoothie is definitely the best option and the simplest option. It is also a nice low calorie option as well. So you want to get yourself a nice clean protein powder and you just blend that with coconut water and you are good to go. You're only getting about 250 to 300 calories, maybe even less, and you're getting a nice high dose of protein there, 30 grams or even more. And if you like your smoothies thicker, if you have a buffer to have a few more calories in there, then you can add frozen blueberries, a banana, or even a quarter of an avocado to get that nice thick smoothie taste if you like them thick. If you don't care and you're happy just to have it, then my recommendation, as I said, is to keep it simple. Just go powder, coconut water, or powder and water, or powder and almond milk, maybe something that's low calorie, and keep it super simple and just have it like that. But so that's the best way to do it if you need to save on calories. But overall, just aim to hit that 30 grams of protein, keep it low cal, keep it simple, and you're going to have your best start to the day like that. So if our protein target for the day is 120 grams and we have a smoothie to kick off the day, then that's 30 grams done. So that means we only have 90 grams to go over the next 3 meals. So meal number 2 should be your biggest meal of the day, if possible, if that your day allows it. So you want this to be, this is technically your lunch. So this is where you can consume high overall calories. So you're going to get carbs, you're going to get fat, and of course, you're going to get protein as well. So the easiest way to get your 30 grams of protein in meal number 2 is with some type of animal protein. So I'm talking about beef, chicken, turkey, kangaroo, fish, seafood, whatever you like, something that's going to have a high amount of protein. And generally sticking to the animal proteins, you're going to hit your numbers very easy. So for example, in order to hit 30 grams of protein, you would need either 100 grams of chicken breast or 100 grams of tuna or 100 grams of turkey or 150 grams of beef mince. It says bean mince there. That's a typo. Beef mince, or 150 grams of prawns. Are just some examples of how you can get 30 grams of protein in this meal. So if you're plant-based, if you prefer to not eat meat and you want to stick to either a vegan or vegetarian diet, then it's about half the amount of protein for the highest protein foods. So for example, if you need to hit your 30 grams of protein, you would have to combine some of the things together. So let's talk about we'll base it off 15 grams of protein. So 150 grams of tofu will give you 15 grams of protein, or 150 grams of black beans, or 150 grams of chickpeas, or 150 grams of red lentils, or 3 eggs would also give you 15 grams of protein. So it would be ideal to have a combination of these. So you could have like an egg fried rice with some black beans in there, or you could have like a lentil salad. You could add eggs in there as well, or tofu, or black beans, or a combination of them all. And that would be a great and easy way to hit your numbers. Or you could do, some kind of stir fry, or you could even do a soup. So with plant-based or vegetarian diet, the best way to hit your number is to combine the above protein sources into a combined salad, soup, stir fry, something like that. So let's move on. So our target again is 120 grams of protein. We've had our smoothie, 30 grams. We've had our meal number 2, 30 grams. Now we've only got 60 grams remaining. So let's move on to meal 3. And meal 3 is, again, we want to keep it super simple and keep your overall calories low. By now, you shouldn't need too many calories if you're into like the afternoon period of the day. So a great option is to have another smoothie again. So same as meal 1, just keep it super simple and have a protein powder with some coconut water, easiest way to move forward. So think of this as more of a snack meal between lunch and dinner. And if you don't feel like eating at this time, then the smoothie is definitely going to be the best option for you because it's not going to be too hard to down and the calories are going to be quite low and it's just a drink at the end of the day. So alternatively, though, if you're having a really high output day, maybe you've had a huge workout or done a big run, or maybe you've been on your feet all day and you're just really tired and you feel like you need some energy, some fuel, or you're hungry, then you could have a small meal, a snacks-based meal. So something that could be great would be a rice cake with some cottage cheese and some smoked salmon or some tuna on it. You could even have 2 rice cakes with tuna or with some smoked salmon, depending on your calories that you have available and, kind of the situation of the day. So to give you an example, half a cup of cottage cheese is 15 grams of protein. 100 grams of smoked salmon is 15 grams of protein, or 50 grams of tuna is 15 grams of protein. So you could quite easily, if you just wanted to keep it super simple, you could just have 100 grams of protein, 100 grams of tuna, and have it on a rice cake or just eat it out of the jar. And that's going to give you your 30 grams of protein straight off the bat. It's not too heavy. It's a nice quick snack. If you don't like any of those options, you could easily just have a protein bar. So you can get good protein bars from health food stores or online. Even the supermarket has some. And you're going to get around 20 to 30 grams of protein, depending on the brand and which bar you're getting. But if you like that as an option as well, if it's something that you just want a quick kind of hit, maybe you have a chocolate craving or a sweet tooth, then this could be a great replacement for like a chocolate bar or, some lollies or something. Have a protein bar, chocolate flavored protein bar. Calories will still be pretty low and, maybe around that 200 to 250 calories. And you're getting your 20 to 30 grams or even more in some cases of protein. So that's a great meal 3. So meal 3 is more of a snack meal. Just think of it that way. Then we go into meal 4. So now we've had 3 meals. They've all hit the 30 grams. So we've only got 30 grams to go. So we're almost there. So meal 4, this is generally going to be your dinner. And this can be the same exactly if you want as meal number 2. So it could be like that stir fry, that soup, just meat and veg, salad, anything like that. So chicken, fish, beef, whatever, anything like that is going to work. Have a steak on the barbecue, anything like that, anything goes. Just aim to get that 30 grams of protein. That should be pretty easy for meal number 4 when you're at home with the family. Nice and easy there. Keep it super simple to keep the calories low. So just focus on a nice big portion of protein and then just have some small sides, whether that's salad or veggies is going to be the best option there. Okay, so now we've had 4 meals, all at 30 grams of protein each. We've hit our numbers, guys, 120 grams, done, tick the box, too easy. Sometimes you might feel like an additional meal. You might feel like a 5th meal. So if you do, again, I would say go for the protein. Again, you might only have a small amount of calories left in your day. Maybe you have a lot of calories left in your day, depending on how many calories you have and, how much you've expelled and what your energy levels are. Or you might just have a little bit of a sweet tooth and just feel like something and you don't want to eat shit. So you're going to go for something that's high protein. So if you're feeling like that's something extra for your, I said 4th meal there, but I meant to say 5th meal, then you have to focus on high protein. So something great would be some yogurt mixed with some protein powder. You could add some berries in there or some different types of fruits or nuts in there. And that would be a really great, nice little treat type 5th meal there. So as an example, 1 serving of Greek yogurt, which is about 170 grams, that's going to give you your 15 grams of protein. You add in a scoop of protein powder into the yogurt, mix it all together. There's another 15, 20, 30 grams of protein, maybe, depending on how much protein you put in there. And so you'll easily hit your 30 grams by just having some protein powder mixed in with some yogurt. Too easy. So this is way better than having any kind of, junk food, basically. So sometimes people say, oh, is it okay to have protein powder? Well, what's the alternative? You're going to eat junk food or you're going to have some protein powder? A nice, clean, organic protein powder is always going to trump any kind of junk food. So just think of it like that. So in summary, you could have up to 5 meals if you're focusing on that 30 grams of protein for each meal. 2 of those meals or 3 of those meals are potentially snacks. So you're only really having 2 full-size meals, which is meal 2 and meal 4, where you're having like a big meat portion or a veggie-based protein. And, you could have some rice or some potatoes, some veggies, whatever it may be. That's where you would get your carbohydrates as well. But we're not talking about carbohydrates today because nobody seems to have an issue hitting their carbohydrate number. It's very easy to hit your carbohydrate number. So you just have veggies and fruit and you'll hit your carbohydrates too easily. Fats, again, very easy as well. A lot of Vegetables and fruits have fat in them. Oils obviously are fat. So, when you're cooking the ingredients with oils, that's a way that you're going to get your fat as well. Plus, a lot of the meat-based proteins have fat in them as well, like beef mince, things like that. Just steaks in general, meat in general is fish, whatever, it's all going to have fat in it to a degree as well. So always it's going to be a smaller portion of that. So it's majority of the meat is going to have protein in it. Maybe there's 5% fat, 10% fat. So you're going to be able to hit your fat goal very easily as well. So we don't have to worry about that. If your carbohydrates are lower than the 160 grams in this example, then it doesn't matter either. It just means you're going to be more of a calorie deficit, less carbs, just is totally fine. So you want to aim to try and get to the number of fat that you have set. I think it's 54 grams in this case. And definitely want to aim to hit that protein goal of 120 grams to 150 grams. And that is going to be the best way for you to hit your numbers and make it all work for you. So I hope this was useful. I hope you've got some ideas here on how you can balance out your macros per meal. And so you can hit the numbers that you need to hit, get that protein up. And when you get that protein up, it's going to make a huge difference to your body composition, because the higher the protein you have, the higher of a thermic effect it's going to have on your body. So what that means is your metabolism is going to raise up in order to break down that protein. And that's also going to fuel your muscles. So all of the great training that you're doing, this is going to go towards developing, strengthening, building your muscle. And that's going to help you have that nice toned look. You're going to feel strong. You're going to perform better in your training. And the more protein you have, the more muscle you have. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn, even at rest. So people who have more muscle on their body, they burn fat much more efficiently. So your goal should be to increase your muscle so that you can burn more fat on an ongoing basis. So, if you go on a holiday and you consume a lot of calories and then you end up having stored body fat, if you've got more muscle in your body, then you're going to burn off that fat a lot faster. So the overall goal is to hit that protein level up nice and high so that you can develop that muscle as your foundation to continue to keep your metabolism firing high. And so you can burn off fat on a continuous basis and have that great composition of fat to muscle ratio where you have very low body fat and a nice high amount of muscle mass, which is also going to strengthen your bones and keep you living longer and feeling better overall. You'll have less inflammation in your body and you'll just overall be healthier. You'll live longer and you'll enjoy life more. So increase your protein is critical for you moving forward. And this is a great strategy for you to hit those numbers. So hope that helps. Hope you have a great Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and talk to you soon.